I'm Jim Preston, and this was a fun Thanksgiving trip to the Utah desert. So follow along, and we're going to show you some really cool stuff. Good morning from Capitol Reef National Park. We are in the Fruita campground. Yeah, we're not out overlanding in the boonies for Thanksgiving Day because a atmospheric river from California came through and the roads out there are muck. So we don't do muck. And here everything's paved and it's pretty cool, and there's really not many people around. A few sites are taken, few tent people, but you know, it's like 25 degrees, 20 degrees at night. So there's a few people trying to tough it out in tents or sleeping in their cars, but mostly it's RVs and vans, various kinds. Anyway, we're not sure what we're going to do this weekend. It's like today Katya's going to be cooking Thanksgiving dinner over her solo stove and the existing fireplace ring, and we'll be covering that. And then I think we're just kind of kicking back and enjoying the day, and tomorrow we'll start trying to think of like, where are we going to go exploring, because we already kind of know this park and it's a great place to hang out, but still it needs, you know, we'd like to see something a little different, and we have places, routes plotted that we would like to do in this area, but not as long as those roads are muck. Katya cooked an amazing Thanksgiving dinner on wood fire, 2 wood fires actually, and we have a 9-minute video just for that. The turkey was moist, the dressing was outstanding, good vegetables, and of course, Katya's ambiance. She brought flowers, pumpkins, everything out there to the table. She made it very, very special. For adventure the day after Thanksgiving, we took a brief little drive down to Grand Wash, and unfortunately beyond that is closed at the time. But because we prefer going down to Capitol Gorge, and driving down that. But this isn't bad, and it just gives you a quick little show of what you can do there in Capitol Reef to make it fun in a vehicle. So it's beautiful down through there. Capitol Reef is primarily a hiking park. But there, you could spend at least a day just driving around, looking at their little points of interest, and we'll show you a few of those right now. We're going to move on to some other much more remote and exciting stuff, but this is very much wilderness kind of terrain out here. After a nice drive down Grand Wash, we come to the very crowded trailhead. All these trailheads get crowded. Even on a winter holiday weekend, you're going to have, lots of cars there. Really, lots of people show up. So get there early and enjoy a very nice, very beautiful 4.4-mile hike. After a short drive, we ended up at Gooseneck's Overlook. So pretty cool place. If you get to look down in this narrow gorge. Forgot the name of the creek at the bottom. It's not Fremont River. Some creek. Anyway, Goosenecks just means a winding gorge with a stream at the bottom of some kind, river, whatever. And, it kind of reminds you of a goose's neck when the goose is being quite lazy. But you get big views, so you get, an eagle-eye view of the terrain. Pretty cool. The next stop was in the Fish Lake National Forest west of Torrey. There's interesting roads out there and the terrain, and we thought, if we go on snow, then we probably wouldn't get stuck in mud, hopefully, and mostly that worked. So it is beautiful out there, and it was fun to explore in the snow, and the transit did terrific. Okay, passing the water tanks, we come down here. And we have a stream. This doesn't look particularly scary to me. Nice rock base. Alright, this is our kind of adventure driving. The campground with the heated toilets back at Capitol Reef is very nice, but This is cool ski. We have no idea which way to go. Where are we? We're here. Okay, to the left ends fairly quickly. To the right looks like it goes farther. Are we here now on the map? Yeah, there's another road that cuts up there, but that looks maybe like even washed out there a little. I don't know.
Nobody took that.
Not where we're going anyway. Someday maybe. So now we're heading up into this canyon, and we've been seeing rabbit tracks. So far, no rabbit. Okay, Forest Road 1597. But we're hoping to see some dispersed camping sites up in here for the future, and so far nada, nothing. Okay, what do we have here? Decision time. That's beautiful up here. Wow. So it looks like maybe dispersed camping on our right. There's kind of a pull-through area there.
Steps end.
The steps end here. I wonder if they're Christmas tree hunting. And that looks like a creek to the right. So let's see what's going on up this way. So back there's a good place to turn around if we have to back up. Okay, this is a little steep. Let's see how the van does. It just goes right up it. It doesn't care. Okay, we're having fun. This is a kick, and it's really beautiful. And the road's starting to get, you know, a little slightly more technical now, which is good because we actually get more traction. Here's a place to turn around if we had to. So far, nothing looks scary. We have pines. Nice. Real pines. Big ones. Wow, it's beautiful up here. And a bird. Another bird. We haven't seen birds hardly at all, and down in camp we aren't seeing any, which is really weird. The only wildlife are the deer. Well, if there's dispersed camping up here, this is really a cool place to go. Does it show that we're still on the road? Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe we're still on the road. So we have our 6 traction boards, and we have a winch. But the snow's not deep enough for that sort of thing. But it goes way back up in here. Wow. Okay, here's a wash, and it doesn't look very technical for us, but the road certainly is deteriorating. I can turn around there. Oh, it looks like this is where the end of the road is.
Perfect turnaround.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if the road continues anywhere, but here's a great spot anyway. So let's just U-turn here. Look at nice little pines here. Oh, this is beautiful up here. Wow, magical. So are we still on the road, or are we off the road? It looks like we're off the road, maybe.
What is this?
Oh, right here, yeah. So it doesn't go much farther before it ends anyway. And it may be, and that's pretty much an off-road trail there. Yeah. It looks like, oh, it's road closed. Okay, so this is the end of the road now. Okay, we're not sure what's going on here. So we're trying to get to the little ranching town of Bricknell. And in theory, this road will take us over there. But we're going to be really careful.
Put the slippery mode on.
Okay, that's a really steep descent into a wash. Well, we could always winch off that tree. Put it in mud ruts.
Okay.
Okay, now this is kind of a hairy spot here for a van, okay? But I'm looking really straight down. So nice not have a big hood out in front of us. Are we on that road that we were supposed to be on? Maybe it's a little bit late to ask that question.
Looks like it.
Okay, let's see if we can. Okay, we drug the hitch, of course, a little bit, just a little bit. The front of it came right up, and that was like 2 feet tall and steep, and we just came right up it. Even with that big nose on the transit, it'll do amazing things. Well, it's not exactly bushwhacking out here, but this is particularly interesting. So I'm assuming left here. I mean, why don't you take a look and see what we've got?
We're right here. So left will take us.
Take us back there.
But this looks completely uncharted.
But it also looks like not very far.
Correct.
Okay. We are going to try this because it should be another shortcut to a road. Very shortcut. Okay, here's something else. It's actually had vehicle traffic. Where are we on the map here?
Right here.
We're there, so go straight, huh? 1584. Kind of boondocking here. We are going back to a developed campground tonight, so not really all that boondocking. There is a sign to the right, to the left that is. Are we at that?
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, now this, I thought, looking at Gaia, this is a major road to take us into Bricknell. But I think it's mostly a rabbit track so far. This isn't nerve-wracking. I do have a little anxiety not knowing what we're coming to in these little hills ahead of us. I mean, it could be a very washed out situation.
Looks really weird here.
This looks like it's coming to an end.
Uh-huh.
And that looks really washed out.
I think we should turn around.
Well, turning around won't be easy, but
Do we have to go move some boulders?
you know, we can get down through those boulders. This just traverses down that ridge. I think I'm going to scout it. Okay, you can see that mess ahead of us. We're trying to turn around, and you know, there's no ideal places for that. But yeah, it's pretty slick out here right now. We have it in mud ruts. And we're getting pulled around here a bit, but yeah, it's complaining. Unfortunately, the KO2s are getting low on tread. It's not helpful. Okay, we're gonna make it. I just got to get Katya on board. Hey, what an adventure. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't go down in that wash, because who knows what we're going to encounter down there. And then there's those hills over there. And then it's doubtful there's even a road beyond there. So, okay, back on something a little easier to drive. And that's enough rabbit tracks for today. We'll drive where everybody else has been driving, which looks like maybe 2 other vehicles. Okay, we're heading out on some road near Hanksville towards Factory Butte. And we never really understood why they called it Factory Butte before, until we see this fog sitting up there hanging on the butte. And now we have a clue that it looks like a factory. So we don't really know what to expect out here much. Some of the other overlanders have done a little shooting out here. YouTube overlanders. We've been avoiding this for the last few days because it can get pretty mucky out here. But now it looks dry enough. And we want to see what's out here by Factory Butte. So we understand there is a big overlook out here somewhere. And we may want to camp there tonight, not sure. We haven't made any decisions. We got to get propane in Hanksville because it's, you know, last day of November and it's pretty chilly out here. As we approached Moonscape Overlook, we were really surprised by the number of people out here, but also we started getting into that classic Jurassic mud, and it started to become kind of hard to avoid it. Actually, for the rest of this trip out here, we had it many times. But look at that view. It's amazing, and we're going to put the drone up. We're going to do some fun stuff here. Hey, that was fun, but It's time to move on to that ground we're looking at in the distance everywhere. Those really strange Marsscape. And out there is the Mars Research Station, Mars Desert Research Station. It's not on most maps. It is on Google Maps. And we are going to go find that the hard way by searching around out there, and it's muddy, and it's going to be a problem. But more adventures to come, right? Well, here's the muck. So we'll see how this goes. Mostly fear that stuff because it can get really, really bad. And we did do some sliding around soon. Another clip here. But we also have a really kind of interesting, if not amazing, ditch crossing. It's a wash, but it's a ditch. It's deep, it's narrow, and scary. We're encountering a lot of narrow ditches, kind of like speed bumps. We didn't think it was going to be possible to cross this ditch. Scouted it out, really didn't think it was going to work, especially knowing that underneath the surface is just muck. And our KO2 tire tread is getting low, time to replace them. And I didn't think we could climb out of this. And look, there's nowhere to winch off of here. Somehow that beast just went through it. It was a fantastic experience. Ugh, more mud. And a bit washed out. So uncertain of the future, uncertain how far we can get here for sure. But we got to a lunch spot, a big view lunch spot. Really nice. After sliding around and getting through the muck, we get to Cow Dung Road. Cow Dung, get it? Wow, amazing. Anyway, we get there, we turn south. This seems to be the main road for this whole region out here. So Cow Dung Road was drier, and so that was a big help. But also, I picked up speed on Cow Dung to try to flip some of the mud off the tires and out of the tread. Speed helps with that. After lots of prairie, it was nice to get to some terrain that's a bit more interesting. We then turn off on a road that is obviously less traveled and not at all maintained. This kind of runs out across the prairie here. But we felt it was probably a way to get to Mars Research Station. We were wrong, but you have to find out somehow. And then we proceeded down this road toward the south again, looking for the research station. It's out here somewhere. And we didn't know at the time that Google Maps has it, because at one time they didn't when I was trying to research this. but a lot of the other maps don't have it. So we did a little fun cross-country type driving for a while, and I would recommend this road for the pure adventure of it. Then it got harder and harder to tell where the road was or where even other tracks were. Of course, washed out here, but even as you start climbing up above the washout a little bit. So I saw this bench kind of thing along here, and I thought, that looks like it might be a road. But as we go farther, we decided that it probably wasn't a road, but you were pretty confused there for a while. And then I just kind of saw some tracks off to my left and decided to drive down there and see if maybe that was the road. So yeah, the road situation is a bit ambiguous, but it is fun. It's really fun. And really not very technical. I think most lifted vans could easily do this. Obviously, you need good tires, but it looks like there's only one vehicle ahead of me here since the last rain. Ugh, this little climb here is very washed out. So let's see how I want to take this. I can just straddle that rut and bounce around a little bit over this rock and get right up here to the top without any problem at all. Nice. Wow. Back to trying to figure out where this road goes. Yeah, we did look on the GPS. We had Gaia, and we're kind of keeping track of where we're at. But it is definitely ambiguous. But if you're really experienced, you can see a bit of a trail here. That there's any road here at all, or even this is more of a trail than a road, is really something of a concept more than reality. Yeah, there was some other tire tracks, but I had no clue, if this guy had a clue, where we were going. So one thing, we hadn't found Mars Research Station yet, but it was a bit like, being in the rover and driving around on Mars. Except we had total control here and we could get out and breathe. That was, nice. One thing out here, if you want to get away from people and if you want to camp and have great view of the stars and nothing or anything around you except maybe some pronghorn sheep, antelope that is, this is a place to come. It is outback and then beyond the outback. And finding your way around on these roads and trails, I mean, sure, Cow Dung it's like it's a major trail, but look at this. I'm just kind of winging it through here, following this guy's tracks and hoping that, occasionally it just turns into a road that maybe will get us someplace near the research station. So we go across this mucky-looking wash crossing. I was pretty concerned about it, but it looked like the previous guy hadn't had too much trouble anyway, and somebody drove a dozer across it. We see Cow Dung Road again. Finally, back on Cow Dung. Well, it was really a trip to be out there on that off-roading experience. It was kind of more comfortable to be back on this road, Cow Dung, and heading north now, where we're pretty sure the research station is. And then we come across a dozer out here. Nice. We love piles of rocks, rocky ridges, all that, and this little section that we're going through here was particularly fun. And we actually came back through this also, and looking at it in a different direction, it was just as fun also. Finally, we see something off to the left. There's signs. Something looks kind of official out here. Let's go see what it says. As we get up closer, we can read that it says Mars Desert Research Station. And the research station is off to the left, and this is as far as they want us to go. And this is a no drone zone, it says. So I can put the drone up, but it has to be quite a ways away. No problem, I put it on telephoto. Hey, let's go take a look, folks. Southbound, heading towards State Route 24 and Hanksville for propane. We really wanted propane because it's going to be kind of chilly tonight. We weren't sure where we're going to camp, and probably not out here since we'll be over in Hanksville and don't want to really backtrack here. But we'll figure something out. The San Rafael Reef isn't far away, and we absolutely love the reef. So after getting propane in Hanksville, we headed north on State Route 24 and came in and saw these little pronghorns, also called antelope. They're really just pronghorns, not really antelope, but sometimes we just call them pronghorn antelopes because that's what everybody likes to call them. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of them out here. It's wintertime. And we've seen them out here many times before. They're beautiful. They're really sweet looking. They're really beautiful. You just want to hug them. And now we're heading towards the San Rafael Reef and to find camping. And we want to camp in the reef. And the only way to do that is go to a campground of sorts there. So we pulled into the campground. You know, easy to make camp in a van, right? It's like nothing to it. Park, pay. But I really want to show you guys the reef. And it's golden hour in the evening. Let's fly.
This guy is on.
So Katya prepares dinner on our last night on this trip. And she doesn't like a lot of light. But this is Thanksgiving dinner, leftovers, of course, being prepared in the ambiance of our van with those little lights that we really, really like. Actually, I just ordered another one on Amazon.
Okay, I'm trying to, slice some leftover turkey for warming up in this oven. And I put gravy in this cast iron little pot because the oven is going to get hot and it will warm up the gravy.
Okay, I'm ready.
Soon.
Okay, I can almost smell it. Actually, I can very much smell the turkey being cooked. And I'm just wondering if you can smell the turkey being cooked. Okay, probably not. The technology's not there yet, but too bad. And it's getting very dark outside. But being up here in the reef is beautiful. It's just so beautiful. And we could be out there on the flats for free, but it's not as cool.